We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad podcast on a separate channel again because we're sick.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty better now. But yeah, Kevin's sick as. I'm about to go on holiday. I don't want to get sick, so...
Yeah.
There we are.
You know what? I was meant to go to Dad's today. No, yesterday. And I woke up, coughing my lungs up, heard Rusty all night coughing, so I'm like, better not.
Yeah.
I'll delay it a day. And then today I woke up with bloody tap nose, dripping out the gears. And yeah. So, we will have to wait again.
We were like that last week. And yeah, we were going to go, but we're also going to Melbourne on the Monday. So I was thinking like a big, like going to Dad's and then going to Melbourne. Like it would just be too much.
Yeah, especially too much. Are you just, you going to see Jed?
Yeah, see all of them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we mentioned before on the pod. I think we did when it happened. But the soon-to-be dad from the soon-to-be dad episode is a dad now.
Yeah, he had his kid. Super cute kid, too.
Yep.
And did you see the box they made?
Yeah, that's cool.
Quality box.
Cool box.
Good box.
Good work, Jed.
Yeah, good. Doing dad things already.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yep. How was your week? Oh, you were sick.
Not great. Not great. We had a family member pass away, and that really affected me, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, that really ruined a lot.
Yes, and that's why we had a backup episode last week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly yeah, okay, it should be fine.
Yep. So the other day.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just going to get...
Okay, that's better. Sorry, I'm going to be really quiet for the start there. It's alright, I'll cut it and boost it. It should be right.
Why are you the worst with audio? You know when we record our separate ones? My audio is just... Schmick. It's so good.
Listen... I don't know what I'm doing, okay?
Yeah, but I don't know. Works for me.
You know what really annoys me? As a musician, I've learnt all of my parts forever. But the second I go to do anything to do with recording, I have no clue what I'm doing. It's a mess. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Tell me your life. How was you week?
God. So, recently, there's a bit of a fucking story.
Okay.
The other day, I was making lunch for a friend. I was at a friend's house. Brought the ingredients. Going to whip up a delicious carbonara, traditional one. Because I've gotten amazing at making those. Yep. And needed 2 eggs. Dropped one of the eggs. She didn't have any eggs. So, cleaned up the egg and had to nip home to get another egg. I live really close, so that's okay. When I got home, hopped out of my car, and I heard this like, woo! Yep. I was like, what? And like, it sounded really close. And I like looked around the carport area, couldn't see anyone. I was like, okay, that's weird. And I went upstairs, and so I heard more like weird noises like that. Woo! Whoop! Woo! And like this kind of thing. They started getting louder and stuff. I was like, fuck, man, it's weird. Anyway, in my house, getting the other egg and stuff, putting it in a container, putting some tissue in around it so it doesn't break. And the noises started getting louder and more frequent. It's such weird noise. Like, it was definitely coming from a person.
But human?
Yeah, it was human. It was like definitely from a person. But it was like, why would someone just make that noise? And like, it was almost like cheering, but weird. And then I heard another neighbour scream out at him, like, shut up, I'm going to call the cops, just shut up. Okay. And
Jesus.
It's like, man, what's going on out there? And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get out of here. Hop back down, going down the stairs with my egg. And, like, the yelling kind of gets more aggressive, but it's still, like, not a normal sound. It's like, oh, and, like, accompanied with banging now. It's like, fuck, what's going on? And I thought, it must be someone on the second floor, like, just doing some weird shit in their house. And, like, I was pretty sure that house was unoccupied, but whatever. Get down to my car, hop in the car, and, the banging's still going, just, like, keeps going. And then...
Yeah.
I hear a big crash accompanying the bang, and I look over, and in one of the storerooms under the house, I'll put a picture up. This guy's foot just comes out of one of the doors, like just fully boot out of door. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And like he's yelling and kicking. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here. So I start driving, like I should probably call the cops, whatever.
Yeah.
Called Triple O, like, man, this guy's like just kicking his way out of a room, got no idea what's going on. Like, I gotta get out of here, but this is the address and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was crazy.
Your area is notorious for being like rat shit, though.
Well,
you know that.
All of
it's
the
horrible.
other
It's
blocks,
a bad
not
spot.
my block. The other apartment blocks, yes, full of methies and stuff. Mine isn't normally. Mine is very good.
Think about that, though, for a second.
Yeah.
You don't, obviously, you don't shit where you eat, but you might go to the neighbours and shit where they eat.
Yeah, but
and then go home and
you
eat.
You probably have just as many fuckwits living around you. They're not as densely packed, so they don't have to fight each other. Okay, my fuckwits are all densely packed, so they fight each other. I'm not worried about that. This guy was not one of them. He was not living with them. He was separate. Yeah. But yeah, so he kicked a hole in the door, half the door missing. I came back later to check on the place.
Yeah.
And I get something else from home. I can't remember what. And now he's like shrieking, making this weird shrieking sound. I'm not staying here tonight, so I just pissed off, went and stayed at my friend's house. But on my way out, noticed he was lying curled up outside of the door now, facing towards it, and just screaming and shrieking. I'm like, fuck. This is madness.
What is this?
And then also, over the next few days, spoke to the cops again. They're like, we can't do anything. Whatever. Over the next few days,
I noticed,
he's
not doing anything. He's just
he
there
did
screaming.
Severe damage to property. So, whatever. But
it's not your property. That's the problem.
Because it wasn't mine.
Not your property.
So what I noticed over the next few days, lights on and off in that storeroom. He's pretty quiet though.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. I spoke to my agent about it already, and they'd spoken to Strata and everything, and clearly nothing was being done. I noticed cops had started doing loops in my car park every now and then.
Yep.
I could hear this diesel ute coming through. I'm like, no one in my block has a diesel ute. Cops just doing laps, kind of checking up on the place. Yeah. But he was still comfortably there. And it turns out, removing vagrants isn't a simple thing, especially if they're not occupying your own personal home. Even though he was right there, right near my entrance, I couldn't do anything about it because I don't own that apartment. So I can't say he's living there. I don't know for a fact he's living there. He might just pop in and out of there. He might live in apartment 20 and he just kind of likes to hang out in there. I have no proof.
He might have fought with his wife and jumped in. He might have had a fight with his wife and has to live in. Kicked to the doghouse.
Yeah. What I think really happens is I don't know. He was spinning out on some drugs, kicked his door down, and then the shrieking was him freaking out because he just ruined his home and exposed himself. Because think about it. Because it's been a while now. I think he'd been there.
Is he still there?
Well, we'll get to that. I think he'd been there for quite a long while because I'd seen weird things of rubbish in my bins. Not big bags of rubbish or anything, just pack of cigarettes and that kind of thing. And anyone in the apartment would have to go out of their way to get to my bin to put that in there.
Yeah.
But where he was staying, it's directly en route.
It's right next to it. Yeah,
so it's he must have been putting it there. So he's probably been there for weeks, maybe months. But But yeah, now he's exposed himself, and like he was being quiet, so I wasn't too bothered. My main concern was with Vera, really.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't have a kid around this crazy, potentially crazy vagrant. Like, he had been quiet since that crazy day, but when he first exposed himself, he was nuts. So, yeah, wasn't cool.
That's insane.
Yep.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
And we're back.
So, yeah, my agent was really great about the whole thing. As soon as I contacted them, they were like... Shit, well, I emailed them really late at night. But the very next day, first thing in the morning, they called me.
Yep.
And they're like... They were really concerned. They were asking me a lot of questions about it. They were telling me everything they were going to do. They were keeping me up to speed as they were talking to Strata and everything. They were keeping me up to speed with what was going on there. And they kept asking me, like, if there was any update, if we'd heard anything or seen anything, because they were concerned as well.
Well, they need to make sure the place is safe, but at the same time, it's like, you'd live there, you've been a good tenant to them, and they want to make sure that... I mean, it's an odd thing to happen.
It's bizarre.
Like, no one does that. No one... And you know what? This is what I really hate about drugs, right? Because simple drugs, pot, okay, every now and then is a party thing. If that's your thing, go for it. No dramas.
Yeah.
But it's the ones that lead to other things like ice and everything else that you go, okay, well, this is where the issue is.
Yeah. Kicking down doors.
Yeah. Because it's not just, smoked a bit of pot, did a bit of ice. It's like... They do insane shit.
Yeah.
They just like it's wild. Like I've seen cameras footage of people just like fighting themselves on the middle of the road in the city.
Yeah.
And it's just all right. There it is.
Yep. Yeah, because those kind of thing, it makes them a danger to others around them as well. Is the problem with that?
Yeah.
It's not just, a lot of other drugs, it's their own problem. They deal with their own shit. It's only going to hurt them. But, like, drugs, when they can lash out and shit, it's like, no, fuck off.
Well, even then, like I could go into a whole world of how it affects other things and where it is and how it's, like, how money runs and... Put my tin hat on. I won't.
But convenient. But then, like, part of me was like, this guy's been there probably for months. So quiet.
Maybe.
Never made a peep. Like, it could have been his first day there. I don't know. Pretty sure he's there for months. Like, he'd been there for months. Not made a peep. Exposed himself. And now I'm like, well, that's it. Out of your warm little hole into the cold, buddy. And I can see why also, like, the cops wouldn't want to just take him out of a situation where he can be warm and calm. Like, when they take him out, that's like, now you're exposed, he's more desperate, It's like, that's when he could become a criminal.
Wrong. Yeah, well, exactly. That's it. And, like,
so, like,
if he goes out of his way to break the law so he can go be put into, like, the watch house or something, then, he's safe there. He's not causing any havoc.
That's it.
Yeah.
Conveniently, I got home one night from work.
Yeah.
And noticed that the door was wide open.
Yeah.
And there was a few crates and stuff outside of it, and a broom next to it.
Ooh.
Like, oh, okay, I think he's been given the flick. And I did a kind of peek inside. It looked like the floor had been swept. It smelled. So I'm guessing that's why the door was open, because it just smelled awful.
Oh.
And yeah, I assume he'd gone. Like, okay, cool. I guess he's done now. And then, conveniently, the next day, open house for one of the apartments next door. So obviously, now that money's involved, they're like, now we've got to get this guy out of here now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that now that someone's capital is at risk, now it's time to remove the issue.
And you know what? If that was Strata, they're like, oh, you mean we've got a vacant house? Why aren't we renting that? Let's get it on the market.
No, not that apartment. It was a different apartment that was up for rent, not the one he was occupying the storeroom of.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Well,
that was
either way,
wild. It was a weird time.
That's
like,
insane.
I don't know if you've ever lived in an apartment, but there's kind of almost a comfort in the noise because you always hear noises, people opening doors or whatever. You just hear noises all the time, and it's almost comforting. It's just like all these people around, all these eyes around.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
And not all of them are scumbags, so half
I
of
know.
them might snitch.
everyone in my thing, but like, it's
Yeah.
normally a comforting thing. And then since this guy was there, every time I'd hear everything, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? What's he doing to my car? What's like just weird paranoid stuff. Like I'd never like been worried about anything before, and then this guy's there, and it's just like, fuck. What do I do if he does this? Like,
Did you get into the mode of like, oh, if he comes through my door, I'll smack him in the face? Did you get into that?
Well,
When you were a kid,
I had
and
I've got some pretty good knives there, and but I was thinking like cast iron pan probably be the way to go.
God,
That heavy thing, that'd be
just a big thwack.
yeah.
Although
I
he'd
did
move like a crack rabbit. Crack rabbit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, that was wild, and it was just so freaky. I was like, what do you even do? You know, it's
I don't know.
So weird.
I'm so glad I live in just like residential. We had a weird wanderer the other day. So the other week I had a band come over to help. Like I was helping work through one of their songs with them. Just I don't know, help them write.
Yeah.
And as they got here, they saw someone out the front that they knew having a bit of a meltdown. And it just went really, really south. Like it took them an extra hour just to come inside because this person across the road having this complete meltdown.
Yeah, right.
And they were like, oh, turns out this person has dementia and they forget where they lived and they were worried that someone was going to break in and they didn't know where they were, or like, just tell them to find their way.
Yeah.
I appreciated it though. They really did a good job and helped them out. So,
but during all that, I was like, I have to find a new place to rent. I'm not staying here any longer.
yeah.
But now he's gone. Like, this is a great place. I would definitely renew my lease here. The only problem is, right now, so many of the families have moved out.
Yeah.
So it's like me, one other guy up the far end, a lady next door, and mostly empty apartments, which is not good. You want full apartments. There's eyes everywhere.
You want noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone didn't hear stuff. Good. But hopefully...
Well, is it housing complex?
No. No, it's
I wonder
private.
if are any of them?
No, it's all private. At least this entire block, all private.
Yeah, okay.
One of them's being renovated currently, and another one has just come up for sale. So we'll see what happens there.
It could end up being a knockdown rebuild type thing where they buy them out, and that's why maybe the houses below or wherever they were like rented or leased through the government, and then the government's going, cool, we need to knock this place down because this is shit.
No, because they're selling them privately.
Yeah, in which case they wouldn't be.
The empty ones that have an excuse, like they're being renovated and being sold. They're not just like, we're kicking people out.
Get out of here.
They're trying to make profits.
So the other week we started talking about AI stuff, right?
Yeah.
I remember it being... Sorry, have you finished on your Vagrant?
Yeah, my Vagrant's done.
Yeah, okay. It sounds like a winner. Good on him. So, the other week we were talking about AI, and I started following all these pages on Facebook about AI.
Yeah.
And it just shows cursed images and all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I came across one the other day which made me laugh heaps. So what it is a bot wrote an obituary for someone who died. So I'll read it. No. All right.
Now, yeah, okay.
So
Is this
Brendan,
because just
go.
for a while there was a lot of fake AI things. It was just like, I fed an AI like 500 illegal documents, and this is the results we got. And it's just like some hilarious gibberish. But like, people were making those up.
Maybe.
Anyway.
I mean, it does seem like it could be the case.
Yeah, okay, go on anyway.
So, all right. Anyway, let me read it. It could be fake. You decide. Brenda Tent retired from living at the age of old, surrounded by family and natural causes. A librarian from birth, Brenda was an avid collector of dust. She had a sweetheart and married her high school. She loved having hobbies and helping her sons to be disadvantaged youths. She had no horses, but thought she did. The church gave her a chore. Because she sang like a bird. Choir because she sang like a bird and looked like a bird. And Brenda was a bird. She owed us so many poems. The funeral will be held in 1977 at Heaven. In lieu of flowers, send Brenda more life.
That is definitely one of the fake ones. Like, it's the same, it follows the same formula as the fake ones, but they are hilarious.
It's very,
They're
funny. I did love it. Just the whole, like, send more life.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about a computer trying to think like a human.
Yeah.
It's very good.
That's the thing, because the way they're written as humans trying to think like computers thinking like humans.
Yeah.
Computers don't think like that. But that's just, it is funny. Because they don't... Yeah, it's silly and funny.
I do love it. I think we should do some AI meme.
Now,
Something.
obviously, it's late for this. This would have been perfect last week. So annoyed we didn't record last week. But, the sub happened. Did you hear about the sub? Do you know what happened with it?
So, I don't know if it was found. I know
doesn't
billionaires went into a machine and then it sunk.
Yeah, very poorly made machine with pretty much amateurs making it. Like, it was really... Like, everything around it, it's just so shitty and poorly conceived.
Yeah.
There was... It just got too low pressure, imploded everything, which...
Okay.
It's flash death. It's instant. There will be no pain for anyone there. It's just instant.
Well,
because,
that's...
all that air being compressed into nothing under the thing, creates so much heat and everything's just... Yeah.
Yeah.
And...
Okay, so what happened? It got too low and it just...
It got too low. It lost communication with... Anyway... We're back.
Hello.
Flash death, psh, bang. They all died. So there was the big countdown thing all over every news media. This is how many hours worth of air they've got left and all this.
Which is so fucked.
And
who does
also
that?
Such baloney, because the Coast Guard knew the sub had imploded. They knew it because they sensed the explosion thing, that implosion. They could sense it with all the sensors they've got everywhere to see if subs are sneaking up or whatever. They sensed a sub fucking going under.
Yeah.
So...
And that's...
So they knew it happened.
It's ridiculous to turn around and go, we are going to put the countdown of their lives. You know what I mean?
We have to find them before this happens,
But that's so fucked.
And
that's
there was all that
so
speculation, is one of them just going to kill everyone else so that they have more airtime?
What?
Who knows what's going to happen in there? There was a lot of weird speculation. Also, apparently, the automated voice loop thing sometimes would get faulty and keep restarting. So
Yeah.
they'd have to keep hearing what's the Titanic song? They'd have to keep hearing that on a loop
Celine Dion.
for hours and hours. Although
Oh, man.
none of that happened. They went down. They went too low in a sub that couldn't go that low, and done. Yeah,
Okay.
it was ridiculous. It was like really poorly
Well,
made.
that's-
The company it's just made some really weird, shitty decisions. They fired
Yeah.
this guy who was like this older guy.
Yeah.
Because he was such a stickler for safety and all this, and he's like, there is such a thing as being too safe. We don't need this much. Like,
No, that's really not. I
Really
mean, when
not,
it comes to
especially in a
human life,
submarine.
you don't turn around. Like,
I can't think
Okay,
of
there's
anything that
this-
needs to be safer than a submarine. Like, water pressure is crazy to deal with. Like,
even crazier, the cost of this machine going underwater, did they really need to cut costs?
yeah,
Like, the
no.
budget was so insane.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, right, this thing will iron your clothes by itself.
Yeah.
It just will. And they're like, nope, cut the costs. We don't need to spend that much money. No, spend the money. Make sure it's safe. It's, don't implode the billionaires.
Did you see what they controlled
That's-
it with? As a Logitech controller. It was like an actual one of those old Logitech ones. And they'd be like
bet it had-
communicating with like the boat above them.
Yeah.
The submarine can't drive all the way out to Titanic. They have to get a boat out and then put the sub in, and then they talk to the boat,
Yeah.
and the boat tells them like what buttons to press and which directions
Oh
to
my
move and that
God.
kind of thing.
That's so insane.
Mm.
I bet the Titanic song they had, though, both speakers,
Oh yeah, definitely.
that would have been like definite.
Bose.
Yeah. You know what? This is all about the experience. We'll
Yeah.
put all the money in the experience. What do you mean it's going to implode? No,
Yeah.
forget it. We
Okay.
need Bose.
Apparently, like, I don't know anything about engineering or anything. Apparently, they had like it was built out of titanium and carbon fiber, and like having carbon fiber and titanium together is like a big no-no in the engineering world. It's like they don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they have a weird reaction or something, but yeah, they're like, nope, it's a bad move. It's like, what kind of amateurs are
Who
building
spent-
this thing?
But why cut the costs? You know what I mean? Like if you suspect that this ship is designed to go down to crazy, like, we haven't explored the depth of the ocean to the extent that we should, purely because we don't have anything strong enough to push down that far.
Well, and to withstand the pressure down there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Anything
Like,
would just crumple. I mean, like our strongest
Exactly.
metals just couldn't
We
handle it.
would
that
not
deep.
survive. Yeah. And it wouldn't. It just wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, but to not even make it down to the Titanic, like, they've done lots of trips down.
Yeah, and the thing
Like-
they've gone down. Like, I don't know if they went. They've been in this. It's not like this wasn't the things made in Voyage. It had been down a few times. I don't know if it went deeper this time or if it was just too much for the sub to handle. It was just too many dives for it. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's a thing.
Either way, that's a wild thing to happen.
Yes, it is crazy. The whole world was laughing at them.
Well, I wasn't laughing. I've never laughed at a human death.
One of the fun things about it, like, I saw this
Fun
article from
things.
TMZ saying that people are outraged that Netflix has just brought back the Titanic movie. They're outraged, about it.
outraged.
It's like, what?
No one-
What? Have you seen the memes about the sub? Oh my god, the memes are hilarious. Obviously,
I haven't seen a single meme.
we here at Dad vs. Dad, we wouldn't joke about that. I don't know how people could sink that low. Oh man, the memes are great though.
That is
I gotta
fun.
post a bunch of them. Saw one today. It was like Disney Pixar like had the up font and everything,
Yeah.
but it was a submarine with the balloons at the bottom. It's gone down. There was this other one like the sub was looking at the Titanic, And they're like,
Yeah.
wow, I wonder what that must have been like. And they go, bzzzt, electricity just goes out. They're fully just experiencing it. I got hundreds
That's
of them,
fun.
though. On this other one, because, they had the controller steering the boat.
Yeah.
It's got a picture of the Nintendo Zapper. The Nintendo light gun thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The sub-captain passing out 4 of these when it became clear it was over. There's a
That's
million
bad.
of them.
That's...
But, people aren't outraged that they brought.
No one cares.
Especially, with the memes going around. Oh, man.
No one... I don't think I've ever heard anyone being angry that a TV series is on a platform. You know what I mean? You just don't watch it.
No, nobody
I've
cares.
never been like, I can't believe Disney put the Kardashians on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids around that.
Would you be
No
a
one
bit...
is around.
What if they brought back Bill Cosby stuff?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
They were funny. They were funny. And
Would you pay to see his new stand-up? Because he's touring again. Would you pay to see it? It'd be hard, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it... The thing is, he was... we've discussed this. He was a good storyteller.
Yeah. You wouldn't
You
want to
know
give
it-
him money, though. You'd maybe download, illegally download his things, pirate his specials, and maybe
To be
sneak
fair-
into the theatre if he's doing stand-up.
To be fair, though, I do get caught up on those bloody Netflix crime murder shows,
Yeah.
right? The crime stuff. And Bill Cosby, although it was, he's still alive and he did some horrible things, I'm intrigued by the man. And there's nothing... I mean, it's morbid curiosity.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm
like-
real curious to see what his stand-up's like.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
What if he's gone dark? After being the friendly comedian, the family comedian the whole time, what if
You
he just
imagine-
goes fully dark?
You imagine if he ended up trying to tell, because he was a clean comic, right?
yeah, he was just no one was cleaner than him.
Yeah, no,
Jerry's
was it?
dirtier than him.
yeah, he is. And there was the one bit where he's like, and then my wife told everybody in the room that my parents weren't married before they had me.
Yeah,
Referring to being called a bastard.
yeah.
So, what if he did a clean prison rape joke?
Yeah. He found a
like
way
the
to make that
faces he
clean.
pulls. You got to imagine, and then he's talking about the creation of a shank in prison,
But
all of
people coy about it.
the thing is about the prison shank,
I bet he
You know.
joined a gang and everything. Amazing.
yeah, and I guarantee if he does do stand up, it will not be the same Cosby.
Yeah.
It'll be like what Hannah Gatsby or whatever her name was, a bit more depressing.
Yeah.
Talks about real things on a comedy special.
Oh, maybe.
Come on.
Yeah, it could just be boring and horrible. Anyway, I really want to know what it is, though. I can't not know. I'm so curious about it. I really...
Do you reckon who's putting him up?
Yeah, that's a thing, too. Because, a lot of... surely everywhere that he's going to go is going to get so many calls and emails and stuff trying to be we're going to
Just
destroy
boycott.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
see,
don't know how he could do it.
it's really
even
weird.
if he went online to do it, he couldn't publish it on YouTube or something.
No,
Maybe he
well,
could.
well,
Because there's no reason to ban him from YouTube except for
well, the thing is,
I don't
right?
know.
So the singer of a band, As I Lay Dying, he went to prison for putting out a hit on his wife.
Yeah.
She ended up finding out beforehand, and he went to prison for it. But he served his time in prison. He came back out of prison, for a year, he worked on himself. He did therapy and did all this other stuff. Ended up helping old prison mates kind of work out domestic violence and stuff. He put in a lot of work, and then he started playing music again. And just, he did like a full apology. He started working all these different like support groups through the community as well.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't excuse the fact that he tried to kill his wife.
No, I think that's cool.
Nah.
That makes me want to listen to him. What's the band?
Well,
As I Lay Dying. I've never
As I
listened
Lay
to
Dying.
it. I'll give him a go now.
Give it a go. Well, yeah, new stuff isn't good.
I mean, he didn't try and kill her himself. He just put out the hit on her.
Paid the money. Well, like, I don't think there's any excuse. In saying that, I think it's a hard line. Like, are these people entitled to a life back in the public eye? Because there's people like, there's your average Joes who try and get into the public eye.
Yeah.
And they've never done a bad thing in their life. Then these people in the public eye do the wrong thing, but they get another shot to fame and fortune, whereas people like your average Joe kicking as hard as they can doesn't get that chance.
But sometimes it's like, the As I Lay Dying guy is better than us. People would rather listen to one of his songs than one of our episodes.
They weren't that good.
That's where it is.
Yeah. They could have gotten any other singer. Any other. It's screaming. It's not like he's a really fantastic singer. And it wasn't even the best screaming.
But also, you know how hard it is to deal with women? It's like the old saying goes, women, can't live with them.
What was Dad's one? Girls are dumb, throw rocks at them.
That's pretty good.
You'd always say it.
Yeah.
Bloody bringing out the misogynist in us.
Yeah.
We should get into some mountains.
Yeah, we'll do some mountains.
All right.
Now, because we're going to go off of 2 weeks ago. Okay, wait. We're going to go off of this episode. We're going to go off episode 67, and then the next episode we're going to go off 68, because this episode and next episode are going to be recorded before we have the results. Capiche? So, last week, the mountains were washing new clothes before wearing them and frozen meat sooks. I won. Washing new clothes before wearing them won. And it's fun. They were basically the same mountain.
All right.
Kind of.
Tell me your mountain.
My mountain is homelessness.
Not homeless people. Homelessness.
Yeah, homelessness. Yeah, my mountain. Homelessness.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Homeless people are gross and they suck. I hate seeing a homeless person outside of a store begging for money. I don't want to see that. And worse, I don't want to hear him speak to me like, "Got a buck?" Don't you dare. Don't you dare pipe up. Sit down. Leave your hat there. I can see you there. I know you want money. Don't even interact with me, please. You're dirty. You smell. I don't even want to walk past you. I'm going to go find another shop. They're disgusting. And if we cured homelessness, we do have a housing problem. Like, I have an okay job. I make okay money. I have decent savings. I can't get a loan to buy a home. I pay way more in rent than I would in housing maintenance, mortgage, and rates.
Yeah.
I can't get a loan. It's ridiculous. And a lot of people are having the same problem. A lot of people. And
so is it homeless people or homelessness?
Homelessness. Because
that wraps up
are
everything.
so disgusting. Because I can just bitch about homeless people because they're gross, they're disgusting, and I want them gone. I want homelessness erased by either erasing all the homeless people or giving them all homes, whichever works.
I don't necessarily feel I don't give money,
No.
Mainly because my money's my money and I work hard to get that money. And I think there's much more important things that I could be supporting, like my energy drink habits. So, I don't know. I have a problem with people who have a problem with homelessness, but I don't have an issue with homelessness. But I also want to support it.
So you think some people should be homeless?
No, I just think people should ignore it.
But it should be a thing. You think that it's okay that people are homeless? You're okay that some people just don't have a home. You've never not had a home. You've always had somewhere to live.
No, I haven't. I have been couch surfed for a while at one point when I was 19.
You've had all the couches. So I'm trying to find some stats, but homelessness is crazy in Australia.
No, it's
we really
insane.
need to do something about these vagrants.
We have the highest stats in the ACT, surprisingly.
Yeah,
homeless shelters are actually always overpacked, and generally the women's refuge, where people are escaping domestic violence, they're booked out completely.
Yeah, see, and I'm making it homelessness instead of the homeless people, so that I can grab the votes from people with empathy and stuff. Obviously, I just want all of the homeless people mowed down. But it's because of homelessness that they are a problem. And I need all of you empathetic listeners, anyone with a heart,
I'll tell you what, though.
Homelessness is a problem in Australia.
You know what?
And they need housing.
Homelessness genuinely is a problem.
Yeah, it's a huge amount.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
But the people who are begging, they're not homeless.
A lot of them are. I reckon my Vagrant, I reckon I've seen him at the shops a few times. Begging.
Ah, okay.
I can't be 100% sure it was him, but I saw him sitting next to a bike one time, and I have seen that bike nearby before.
Okay.
So I do suspect that he was begging as well as being homeless. I mean, technically not homeless.
I mean, and to
he
be
had
fair,
a storage room.
he is. It's crazy because a lot of it, and I'm not saying all of it because not all of it is drugs, but the drug issue is a huge problem.
Yeah, and homelessness could be contributing to that because being homeless sucks and you just want to escape that any way you can. And if you can't escape that by getting into a home, you can escape it mentally by just mething yourself out. Homelessness can create those drug habits because you're so depressed and miserable, like, this is sad, I'm just going to meth up and have a good time instead of being sad about being homeless.
Hey man, do you mind giving me a few dollars so I can try and organise myself a home for the night?
No.
Yeah, sure. But instead of that little bit of money, why don't you try this meth? Spend money. You mean I can... It just doesn't comprehend.
It's cheaper than a house. Okay?
Well, you can live inside your mind for a day.
And it makes them depressed, which makes them want to do drugs. That's what it is.
It's not great.
It's
horrible.
all homelessness. Homelessness might be the biggest mountain of all time.
I'll tell you what's a bigger mountain.
And, like, honestly, my heart isn't in the homelessness thing. My heart is in the fuck them all category. I hate vagrants. God, they're disgusting. Every time I see one outside a shop, I really think, I don't know if I want to go in there.
When I used to work in the city, I used to walk past this one homeless dude. And every time I walked past him, most mornings, there'd be like this puddle next to him and it'd just smell like piss. And then one morning, I walked in a little bit earlier and I genuinely saw this guy's dick in his hand while he pissed on the sidewalk, laying from his sleeping bag.
Gross.
Buddy. Like, at least hide it. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's stinky, and I saw a dick today.
And the thing is, not all homeless people are those homeless people that I hate and want to have destroyed. Like, our auntie and grandma are currently experiencing homelessness. I don't know if that's been resolved yet. They haven't found a new place yet. Their house got smashed into. They're not homeless because they couldn't afford a place or because they couldn't get their shit together. They're homeless because someone drove through their home.
Probably a homeless person.
Probably
if
a
anything.
homeless person. So they were forced out of their home. That's like, everyone should be entitled to a home. We have enough land. We could just build everyone a home. Everyone gets a home. Here you go.
I wouldn't
Live
mind
there.
a home. Wouldn't mind one.
Come
Hey,
on, let's be socialists.
Can I be a Can I give a mountain which might be bigger than your mountain now?
It's not. Go on.
The N-word.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the N-word, it actually is a very nasty word.
It's
We're
the
not allowed-
most powerful word.
It is the most powerful word. So, I was looking up because I'm like, you know what? My kids started getting into rap. And I
Yeah.
thought, it's not really fair for my kids to listen to this music, hear the word, not be able to say it, but not understand why not to say it.
Yeah.
So I did some research. And so the word ending in ER is an offensive term.
yeah.
It's disrespectful. It's disgusting. It's horrible. The word ending in A is like mate
Yeah.
or pal, you know? But
Did you look into the word ending in EGRO?
no.
No, that one's acceptable because it's just the colour. That's where the word came from because it was the name of the colour in I don't know, Mexican, Spanish, whatever they speak.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we speak English and
Yeah.
we aren't allowed to just randomly throw out Spanish words,
Yeah.
especially when it could be thrown as offensive. But the word ending in A is considered as like mate or pal.
Yeah.
But us whiteys can't say it.
No, we're not allowed. We can't say either of them.
and
No,
I was like,
sometimes they
why-
do use the ER word in a friendly manner.
Well, maybe. But when we try and say it, right? And I was like, well, why is it okay for them to put it into rap songs and this song and that song and all of a sudden they're allowed to say it? It's because we took all the other rights. The only thing they're asking for is for the whites not to say their word,
Yeah.
right? So we used to have separate bathrooms for blacks and whites. They weren't
Yeah.
allowed into our world. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, to punish you, we have a word that you can't say. And if
Wait.
you do say it, it's very offensive.
Does that mean we get the word back? We get a pass? We get an N-word pass eventually? Like, there's a period of time, like, if for the amount of time they weren't allowed, they had the black bubblers and the white bubblers, for the amount of time we had that, they have this word, like, yeah, there you go, and then we get it back after that amount of time? Is that how that works?
Eventually we'll hold like a revolution. We'll have like Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
He'll stand up and be like, whites are allowed to say the word now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been enough time. We could do it. Because, like,
It's
in
so
the
weird.
early 2000s, maybe in 2010s, I think, like, white people just said it all the time. It's just so
Yeah.
the most normal thing in the world. I never really like to say it
So
because
crazy.
I was like, I don't know. I'm not one of them. I don't want to sink to their level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I had so many friends who'd use it all the time. And it was in a friendly, my buddy kind of
Yeah. And that's it. Like,
context. But like,
because
and
I
then-
had friends who'd say it, and I will admittedly say that, yes, during that period of time, I would say it. But I remember one of my friends at a party said it and almost got his ass handed to him because we were walking through a dark part of this house party, like the back alley towards the garage.
Yeah.
And he said it, and some guy was like, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
And it was a black dude, and
An
almost beat the
N-word.
shit out of him. Yeah. And he's like, "I thought we were allowed to say it. Everyone's saying it around here."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
glad
don't
they
know
took
why
it back.
There was like a sudden cut-off period. It's like, it was always a bit edgy to say, but like, whiteys are allowed to say it. And then there's this huge, like, this iron curtain. No, we don't say it anymore. The same thing happened with F-slur.
Yeah, no.
F-slur, around the same time,
Mm.
you're done. We don't do that anymore. And
I
that
feel
might be
like
the
that
second most powerful word.
Nah.
What's
no.
the second most?
I don't know, because they say retard is,
No. Retard isn't even on the equation.
which
That's
is crazy.
a super allowed
right?
word. Super allowed.
So I started watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia again, and started listening to their podcast. Amazing, both of them.
Yeah.
But I watched the episode, and it's called D Dates a Retarded Guy or something.
Yeah. 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 I
or
remember that.
maybe it's D Dates a Rapper, and he's retarded.
Yeah. Something like
And she
that.
can't tell if he's just like a rapper or if he's retarded because the way that he talks.
That episode was amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
I watched what's it called? Idiocracy.
The movie?
And they use that and the F slur a lot. Yeah, the movie. It's
Is that the one where everyone is really dumb?
yeah, it's by Mike Judge, the King of the Hill.
Oh,
Silicon
is
Valley,
it?
Beavis and Butthead guy.
Yep, okay.
Fuck, we've lost the thing again.
That's okay. We're almost at the end. We just won't look at it. Hey, you're back.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, I really hate Androids right now. Definitely that's a mountain next week. The other mountain is there's no alternative. Never mind. But yeah, Idiocracy. It's about a guy. It's today. Who's just a very normal guy. Not particularly smart, not particularly dumb. Just very middle of the road kind of guy.
And it's that guy who's in a lot of shows, but I don't know who he is. I can't remember. He's a great
Luke
secondary
Wilson.
actor.
It's also got Maya Rudolph in it.
And Dax.
Yeah, he's in it. Dax Shepard.
Yep, he's
in
good.
a few things. But yeah, it's funny. Terry Crews is in it. But
Oh, really?
it's basic. They travel. He's frozen in time basically, and wakes up 500 years later, and like gradually over time, everyone's IQ gets lower and lower and lower because like the dumbest people breed way more than the smart people. That's just how it works, and they give a few fun examples of that. So by the time he wakes up, everyone is just so dumb. Just the dumbest people on the planet. And
Lots of
it's
fart
hilarious.
and poo jokes and stuff.
Lots of...
I remember there being lots of fart jokes.
No fart jokes.
No?
No. Lots of retard jokes and
Okay.
stuff.
I
Funny,
really...
though.
I'm going to watch that movie again because I
Quite
watched it
funny.
once and I was like, I don't get it. But it was like 10 years ago or something. It was a while
Pretty
ago.
fun. He ends up becoming president because he's the smartest person in the entire world.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Well-
yeah, it's got a lot of like our corporations. It's a lot of messages in that. But anyway,
So,
why is
do
the
you-
N word a mountain then?
Well,
Is it a mountain because you don't want them to have their own special word? What part
No.
of this is a mountain? I don't.
because it isn't... It's not a word that we should ever say.
So what part of that makes it a mountain?
So maybe it should be saying the N-word is a mountain.
But why? Who's saying it?
The N-word for whites? How do I phrase this so you'll understand me?
Yeah, 'cause it's not a mountain. I get like that you don't want like your kids hearing it because like Vera somehow discovered Anaconda, the song.
My anaconda don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The non-radio edit version of that has an extra verse that is just wild. It's so aggressive, so many
Yeah.
N-words, and like just like this is not okay. But yeah, so some songs that she listens to might have that word. She doesn't quite hear it or understand it yet, but you know, there'll be a point where she hears that and might say it, might sing along with it, might ask what it's about.
And that's it. And
But
when kids start to learn all the words, and then you go, whoa, 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 you can't say that one. You can say all the other ones.
no, because there's already words they can't say. They know that there's words they can't say in certain situations.
Yeah. But eventually they'll start saying them in silent.
Well, I think
know what I mean?
Because that's it. Yeah, they're going to say it. Depending
gonna say it.
on, it's going to depend how their culture is around that word as they're growing up. There could be another resurgence.
I hope not.
Probably
I don't
not,
want
but
it
we
back.
don't know what's going to happen with that word.
I don't like it.
No, it's kind of like I feel like blackface will rear its head regularly.
Because it's not allowed.
Yeah, like it's the reason it's not allowed and the reason it's bad is because there's the old vaudeville acts where it originated, where it was just people, white people, putting like shoe polish on their face, these super bright red lips, and the super big
because
white eyes.
it was to
and
basically
just to
say
make fun
black
of them.
people are dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's,
saying they're so dumb and stuff.
yeah.
And so now, whenever anyone does that now, for some reason they associate it to that.
Yeah.
But really, there's nothing inherently racist about it.
I reckon, well, I don't think we'll ever get back to saying that word. I think,
No. But
even Always Sunny does that thing where Charlie said it twice in the show.
I don't mean we'll have a blackface resurgence and like it'll be accepted again, but people will try it again. Because people, that's something that you have to see all the time to be reminded that it's bad. Like hearing the N-word with them still singing it in their songs and them still saying it, there's a constant reminder that word exists and you can't use it. That's constantly being done. Unless people are constantly doing blackface and then being told off about it, they're not going to be told that it's a bad thing.
Someone's going to do, and it will happen, someone will do blackface as a satire of that we shouldn't do blackface.
Yeah, Tropic
Right.
Thunder did that.
Oh my God, they did. You never go full retard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I saw someone post the other day, they're like, how come we let Sean Penn get away with acting as a retarded person in I Am Sam? Yeah, it was just good. Just because he acted as a autistic person or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But Sean Penn acted that way. And he won awards and everything because he was just so fantastic.
Yeah.
All he did was acted like a retarded person for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, that's fun. So yeah, N-word is not really a mountain. It's a thing
think
that
it's
exists.
I can't
It's a-
believe you're...
It's an element, but it's not a problem.
Okay, but it's educating your kids as to why it's a problem, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's any different than like educating them why you can't say shitbag in public or like you can't.
Well, it's not in public.
you
It's at
can't
all.
burp
It's
or
not.
fart in public. Yeah, but there's certain things you can't say in certain
I'll
places.
tell you why this word came up as something that I needed to work out.
Yeah.
Okay, because yes, the rap songs say it and whatever, but I found out the other day because Opie's friend lives near the playground up the road, and TJ was at that playground with his friend.
Yeah.
And Opie was saying that his friend heard TJ and his friend screaming the N-word.
Right.
And TJ was like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it once. It was all this other person. And I was like, ugh, how do I explain why this is a bad word?
Well,
I was
do
like,
you...
you just can't say it, bud. It's like the F word, or it's like, you know, and the worst thing is, there's like a Sudanese family that lives right on the corner near that park. I'm like, you can't yell that word, buddy. Yeah.
Now, I have heard... Do you remember the penis game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you sit in a circle or whatever, and you go along, each person says penis slightly louder than the person before them. So you start off really quiet, penis. The next person, penis. And then, like, eventually you're screaming it at the top of your lungs. I've heard kids are now doing an Edward version of that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and that makes sense because, like, yeah, penis is a pretty low thing to yell in a public place. But, like, the N-word, that's a really
do you think because we went so PC that eventually we're going to turn around and go, we're not doing PC anymore. This isn't working for us. And the N-word is too filtered, that it's too disgusting, that people are manipulating it.
Because the thing is, like, we kind of bore the brunt of a lot of that kind of PC culture and the can't say this, can't say that, can't do this. Like, and we're now pushing it on to kids and that.
It's funny because our parents and that generation are really, hate PC. Everyone's a fairy. Everyone's bloody soft and, you know, go have a cry.
It is mostly people from our generation that started this. You
can't say this. Yes.
Yeah, because our generation, the next one's coming up, the Zoomers and the ones after them, we're the parents and the teachers and all the authority figures who are saying, you can't say this, you can't do this. As they're coming up, being like, no, we hate this, we hate being told what to do, we hate that you're controlling what we can say and whatever, we don't want this anymore. So they're going to rise up, and when they're the teachers and the parents and that kind of thing, like, no, our parents were bullshit, they were telling us we can't say anything, we're saying it. Like, there will be, I don't know if it'll be the Zoomers, it could be the generation after them, that really, they'll be like, no more PC stuff, we're in charge now. Edward.
Well, Opie got in trouble for calling a kid a word that he didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
He got accused of calling a Chinese kid a chink.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
And he's like, I don't know what
a
chink is.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Well, it's racist. Don't say it. And he's like, I've never said it.
She'd be like, are you familiar with some of their names? Okay. And then, okay. Look at this. Take out the utensil drawer in your cupboard. Walk to your basement stairs. What did that sound like? Be a learning moment. He would die. Could you? You should do that in like a serious, as if you're teaching him a lesson about it, and do that.
Now pick him up.
You know the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of the sounds.
Yeah.
The knives and forks make as they.
I always thought it was something to do with tin.
Oh no, that was like, how do they name their kids?
They
just throw the cutlery down the stairs.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. Soon you won't be able to say that joke.
Well, I heard a good joke the other day. Someone who hates cats.
Oh, I hate cats.
How do you make a cat bark?
I can't remember, but yeah.
You light it on, you throw petrol on it, light it on fire, and woof.
Yeah, that's how, yeah.
Yeah, fun. Anyway, we've been going for quite some time, so I'm going to cut you off.
So my mountain was homelessness.
Don't bloody sincere look at the camera. And my mountain is the N-word.
Oh, say it.
No!
Okay, I will.
Go.
By... no.
Ah.
All right, you can vote. Search Mountain and Molehill. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/dadvsdad.
They're not gonna know where to go considering you messed that up.
And subscribe to Patreon at patreon.com/dadvsdad. Yeah, is it Facebook? Then it doesn't matter.
What?
What?
Just there'll be links in the video description. Just put them there.
There
Just
never
click
is.
it.
I should put them there.
Oh, why have you not? That's why nothing's. Oh,
That's a really good idea.
literally.
Wait, whoa. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have some comments that we should have read earlier.
All right. What?
Okay. So, washing new clothes before wearing them? Heck yeah, I want to rub those chemicals all over my body, please. And frozen meat hooks? Maybe serve the meat frozen next time and then see how they feel.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's clever. Little ice blocks.
Is it frozen, Dad? Nope.
It's juicy steak. Just wait for it to melt.
Yeah, that'd be great. And there's a comment on the video as well. Yeah, because
Thanks for all the comments and stuff. That's nice.
the episode you're talking about Ellie's toilet experience. No one wants to have their pants touch the floor of a public restroom. Ew. So that's why they do it.
Yeah, you're right. Much better to have the cup of urine spill inside the pants.
But also, like, women's pants are usually, like, pretty tight. They're not, well, some of them wear baggy pants, but...
Yeah, it fucking slingshotted.
Yeah, so it's like, you could easily have that around your ankles and have it not touch the floor.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for writing in, guys. We really appreciate the comments.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. Oh,
What?
this was a helpful comment. Can't say either of these are mountains for me. It's a tie from me. Thanks, Mum.
We must get our cynicalism from Dad.
Bye, N-words. Bye, Huggies.
We've been dads.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hi, Hungry.
Have you got-
I looked at my microphone. Hi. Hey.
Oh,